all of your awesome Godzilla figures, Kokis has you covered with all of that. This includes Hiya Toys and now MonsterArts and other Godzilla lines. Another great thing, Kokis has free shipping to selected countries with great fast shipping. I've pre-ordered all of my figures from Kokis without any issue. It's a trustworthy website amongst the collectors. Who also recommend this great website. You can also get all your figures cheaper by using my discount code. Use code RubiGamingx to get 6% off on the entire website. This includes small, medium, big figures, literally anything. It doesn't have to be Godzilla related. Every single figure, by using my discount code, you obtain 6% off. So what are you waiting for? Help yourself out and help me in return by using my discount code on the entire website to get your fast shipping and great figures. It's highly recommended, and if your package gets lost for whatever reason, simply contact customer support and they should be able to help you right away without any issue. Very great website, trustworthy. For this test, we're going to see which of both figures can achieve the atomic charge even better. Both figures seem to achieve the pose fantastic. MonsterArts seems to have more gaps around the chest and looks a little bit off, while Hiya Toys seems to have a more natural pose and looks just a tad bit better. For the next pose, we're going to recreate Godzilla breaking out from the ice on that iconic scene that we saw in the movie. Now, Hiya Toys seems to be doing it a lot better. It has more range looking upwards, and it looks great. Now, MonsterArts still can keep up, but not fully. When it comes to the head, it doesn't do it justice. Because of the range, it's sort of limited looking upwards. Next up, we have the running pose. Both figures can achieve this without any issues. This comes down to a personal preference, if I'm being completely honest. I don't see any problems with both of them when it comes to what each figure can do in this pose. It's more like if you care about any gaps or a certain type of, material, because both of them are a little bit different. The Hiya Toys has a more matte finish, while MonsterArts has a tad bit of that shiny touch, but both of them without any issue. Both of them look great. When testing them looking straightforward, Hiya Toys does take the advantage here because of that extra range on the head. Next test, this one is such a classic, just Godzilla turning around after doing so much destruction. Now from both of them, Hiya Toys is the one that is struggling, because if you get Godzilla in a turning pose, hunched over after doing so much damage, it's still able to do it somehow, just the normal position. You are currently seeing the video, it looks great. Unfortunately, because of the limit articulation on the dorsal/back area, Godzilla is simply not able to achieve this, and that would be from Hiya Toys. Now, MonsterArts, on the other hand, can do this a lot better because it has more articulation on the back section, it's able to turn downwards even better. And because it has that extra segment on the upper chest area, it simply does it beautifully. Nice pose, good articulation. You cannot go wrong with MonsterArts. In this case, MonsterArts would be the better one and simply just takes the cake by a mile for sure. Both of them looking downwards now. Again, MonsterArts takes the cake. Hiya Toys is unable to do this type of pose. You would have to modify it. And in terms of details with the dorsal plates, this is MonsterArts. It has really nice details on the dorsal plates. The head sculpture looks okay, not the best, but still comparing it to other MonsterArts, it is decent. Now, Hiya Toys on the other hand, the details are extremely soft and barely visible. So yes, MonsterArts takes the cake. Sculpture wise, it is the better one here. Hiya Toys definitely looks more accurate, more sharp, and has that matte finish. Also on the legs, the details are different. There seems to be different sculpt details on both of them, but from both, indeed, Hiya Toys is more sharper, has more details overall, and the colors are very different. MonsterArts has this matte finish, but at the same time, it's glossy and more soft when it comes to details. The color is a grayish green with some browns, while Hiya Toys remains a more gray type of black with browns. Looks more natural. And overall, you know, both of them have that pink color throughout the dorsal plates on their heads, but you decide which one looks better. I think head sculpt wise, Hiya Toys is a lot better for sure. More details, the eyes look better, the teeth, everything. It's just more defined when you compare it to MonsterArts. Talking about the tail articulation, surprisingly, Hiya Toys has finally catched up to the articulation MonsterArts is currently offering. You see more ball joints, more segments, and just by a tad bit, MonsterArts is better when it comes to tail range, although Hiya Toys is not that far behind. And for a price point that you see under $100, that is very impressive. So tail wise, both of them are fantastic. They're able to achieve very similar poses, and indeed it just comes down to material wise, which one pops off more than the other. Personally, my figure has a lot of problems. I'm talking about MonsterArts. The tail pops up more easily, and so it does the head. Now let's talk about the size. Both of them are currently the same size. If anything, sometimes MonsterArts is a tad bit taller, but not by any major difference. Now, both of them are currently hunched over in their current position. They are standing about the same height. When you fully stand both of them straight forwards, forcing their legs to look upwards and be at their full height, so yes, I think you get the idea. Both of them are typically the same size. And if that bothers you, then you might as well just wait for a different version to come out in the near future, if that is something Hiya Toys does indeed fix. But honestly, this comes down to a personal preference. If you like MonsterArts for more range of articulation with certain poses, or if you want something a little bit more affordable that is able to do good enough poses, you always have the option for Hiya toys. From my experience handling both in this test and looking at both in person, I would have to say that MonsterArts is able to achieve just slightly more range of movement around the head section because of the neck, and looking left to right, downwards even better. The torso area looks to be significantly better because of that extra segment. You can get Godzilla evolved to look downwards, side to side, and Hiya toys is still able to keep up, but not fairly much. Now, the advantages that Hiya toys has is sculpt wise, it looks better. The articulation is somewhat great, but not perfect or anything like impressive. The only thing that it does better than MonsterArts is looking upward and fully straightforward. Now, the other advantage Hiya toys has over MonsterArts, the poses look more natural because there's not many gaps due to that extra cut that MonsterArts has. Regardless, even when they do have similar articulation segments and engineering wise, Hiya toys just simply hides everything a lot better, looks more natural, design wise it's a lot better. But if you don't mind any of the gaps or anything like that, and you want more articulation with certain areas, MonsterArts does it better. Another advantage MonsterArts has, it has translucent dorsal plates for now, because the future version of Hiya toys will include that, so things will definitely change, and also that version will have more articulation and range from what we read on the information, so it's to be determined which one will finally come out on top for the near future. Another noticeable change between both of them would have to be the proportions. MonsterArts looks a tad bit weird when it comes to looks wise. At certain angles, because of the gaps, it just makes the figure look off, while Hiya toys does it much better proportion wise, looks more natural, there's more muscle overall. And honestly, when it comes down to both figures, this is going to be a personal opinion, which one you like more. If you don't mind paying for extra money and you want more articulation, perhaps MonsterArts would be the one for you. If you're on a budget and you want something that has decent amount of articulation and you like a figure to look very accurate sculpt wise and have high details, Hiya toys is the one for you. I've also noticed that on the face for MonsterArts, it's more soft. It's losing details around the face area. It looks a little bit inaccurate, but still not the worst. Hiya toys simply does it better, so it really comes down to a personal preference from both figures. Anyways, everybody, thank you so much for making it this far into the video. This is RubiGamingx. I'm out. Make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts. Which one you thought won and which one do you prefer with your personal opinion. Again, all of this can be fixed through modifications and having a 3D sculpted head for Hiya toys or MonsterArts.